Let's talk about the mode. When do we use the mode? Well, when we have nominal scales like that restaurant preference, we have to use the mode. So please start with that. Anytime I have something that's on a nominal scale, such as favorite president, favorite restaurant, most frequently occurring last name, I have to use the mode. If I have discrete variables, in that case, such as most frequently occurring personality type, the only thing that I can report is the mode. So in that graph that we saw before, the mode, of course, was type C, I think it was, personality type. And then I can also use it when describing shape. You can see there in letter A, the mean, median, and mode are all the same, as is typical with a normal distribution, or a bell curve as we call it. Over here in B, I have a bimodal distribution, which I have a low value and a high value. The mean and the median just smack in the middle there. And in this case, the mean and the median, frankly, aren't very representative because I got those weird modes. It's rare that you have a distribution like that. And in that case, I would probably describe it as bimodal first and foremost. So if I gave a test and there were a lot of 95s and a lot of 75s, I might just have to describe it like that because the mean of 85 just doesn't really tell the whole story. Or if I have essentially no mode, or every score is the mode, if it's a completely flat distribution. So if I asked people, a group of 5 people, how many children do you have? And 5 people gave 5 different answers, 0, 1, 2, 4, and 5. In that case, I would have to basically describe it as unimodal, or there being no mode since there was no clear winner. But one thing to keep in mind is when you have a nominal scale, the mode can be listed. So if I say, hey, what's your favorite restaurant? For whom did you vote? Which is an invasive question. Or, something along those lines. I can only report the mode. It's impossible to report a mean or a median. Now, is it ever used in other contexts? Yes. We professors, as you know, are rated at the end of every semester. And what some professors have done is said, hey, I want you to know, to our chairs and deans, I've my mode response was 5. So the students rated me as a good professor more often than any other score, if that happens to be true. And then, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but nonetheless, I've seen that reflected often, that my mode response more than any other response was a 5. So, and of course, we also calculate means and everything else. As you can imagine, it's a stressor to be evaluated, but that's part of life. It really is. One thing that you'll learn, if you haven't already, as you get older, is you just learn to get over yourself. That criticism is not the same thing as physical violence. You'll be okay. Anyway, that's when to use the mode. It's one of my favorite conversations because there's only one context in which it's necessary, but there are other times in which it really is uniquely descriptive, such as there in letter B.